Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of 12 Rounds TV. Um, Mark Wahlberg and P. Diddy betting on Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. Thought I'd share with you guys what I read today. Um, it's actually pretty funny because anyway, um, supposedly P. Diddy and Mark Wahlberg are putting money on the game just like everybody else in the world, but theirs is a little higher than us, obviously. Um, $250,000 bet. Mark Wahlberg says he's got Pacquiao, and P. Diddy says he's got Floyd. Actually, I'm gonna read to you guys what happened. He says the best part of the video, because there's a video of it, the best part of the video is how casually these guys throw around their dough. In fact, the bet started at $100,000. That's what P. Diddy wanted. But Mark Wahlberg said, "Why so little?" Then they settled for $250,000. Just for the record, it says the man who's wagering the most on the fight isn't even in the video. As a matter of fact, isn't even Floyd Mayweather's best fan. He's in it for the money. You guys wondering who it is? Take a guess. He used to be friends with Floyd, rapper, investor. Started the vitamin water. Yep, you're right. It's 50 Cent. He is plunking $1.6 million on Floyd. Unbelievable, right? Yes, no, 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather used to be really good friends until power and money issues came between the two. And that thing broke their friendship. But anyway, as we get closer to the Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight, May 2nd, that's about a week from today, there's a lot of, there's a lot of people talking about it still, more than ever, right? Still people still making their predictions, assumptions of what's going to happen comes May 2nd. Like I said, the only thing that really is going to hinder this fight from happening is any injuries that may arise between now and then, between 1 week from between now and May 2nd, and one of the two boxers decides to back out, which very unlikely. So I only see one thing is if one of the boxers get injured. But I'm sure they've been in the game that long. They know when to stop working so hard and when to prepare themselves and how to prepare themselves without hurting themselves prior to the fight, especially a fight this big. This fight is the biggest. As a matter of fact, it's the biggest boxing match in the history of boxing. No question about that. It's the most anticipated, the most wanted. The most of everything. It's big for us fans, right? But imagine how big is it really for these two boxers, for Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. This is actually the biggest fight for them also. Yes, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is 47-0. He's never lost a fight in his professional career. Manny Pacquiao has lost 5 times. Both fighters have fought almost everybody that they need to, right? That they need to, not necessarily everybody, but the ones that they needed to. Well, some people will argue that Floyd Mayweather dodged and ducked some people, and that he could have fought better fighters rather than others that he fought to get his 47 wins. But anyway, that's past. We're in the future now. Manny Pacquiao, I believe out there is the only one that's really gonna challenge Floyd and give out the best of him, and vice versa. Regardless of people saying that Marquez got the best out of Manny Pacquiao, no, I don't think so. Like I said in my past videos, I got mad respect for Juan Manuel Marquez. But that knockout shot was one lucky shot. I mean, he caught lightning in a bottle when he got that knockout. He was on the verge of getting knocked out himself. Yes, he did knock down Pacquiao first. Manny Pacquiao retaliated. Worse. I mean, you guys saw Manuel Marquez's face. It was bloody as heck. I mean, blood gushing all over the place. Then comes the last 10 seconds. The 6th round. Pacquiao fainted. And there goes the right hand. And actually, in reality, Manny Pacquiao never really recovered from that. As far as fans go. As far as what fans are thinking. Especially Marquez's fans. But if you guys remember last year, there was some news that came on that Marquez had said something. That Floyd Mayweather, this is before Floyd Mayweather decided to gonna want to fight Manny Pacquiao. Marquez said, Floyd gotta stop using my name as an alibi to not fight Manny Pacquiao. Because that's what he was doing before. That's no secret. Mayweather keeps saying, hey, I don't want to fight Manny Pacquiao. He's washed up. He's done. He should have retired already, after that Marquez fight. Contrary to popular belief, not everybody that gets knocked out like that don't come back or become useless. Floyd Mayweather Jr. swears up and down that Ricky Hatton won the same after he knocked him out. Then Manny Pacquiao knocked him out. Floyd Mayweather Jr. also argues that everybody that he's knocked out, as he calls leftovers, to include De La Hoya, mostly, Cotto, and Ricky Hatton, same opponents that Manny Pacquiao fought also. He said that those were his leftovers, that they were never the same after he beat him. That's not true. Vladimir Klitschko is about to fight tomorrow. He's got 3 losses. After those 3 losses, he's better than ever. He hasn't lost a fight since 2004. That's 11 years ago. Manny Pacquiao lost in 2012. It's 2015 now. He's beat 3 other opponents. One who he scored 6 knockdowns. On the other hand, Floyd Mayweather Jr. keeps winning by decisions. You guys got to think that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is Las Vegas cash cow. If anything, if the fight's close, they probably give it to him. Mayweather is very, very valuable to Las Vegas as an undefeated guy. Because people are going to want to see him lose. Yes, Floyd Mayweather would still be valuable if he had lost in his resume, but not as much. Some of you guys can relate to what I'm saying, some of you guys can't. But if you really think about it hard, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is undefeated for a reason. Not because he's TBE, as he says. He's not the best ever. So does Manny Pacquiao. I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan. But I'm not going to say that Manny Pacquiao is the best ever. Hell, I believe some people with losses are the best ever. Mike Tyson has losses. But he's still the best ever. Muhammad Ali. Sugar Ray Robinson. God rest his souls, Rocky Marciano. We would have never known if he would have lost. Guy passed away before he had to fight again. You know, a lot of people think that Manny Pacquiao is nowhere near up to what Floyd Mayweather is at as far as his stats. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has a great defense, very good, but that's how he gets his 47-0. I believe that he cherry picks, but some of you guys would argue. I believe that Manny Pacquiao doesn't dodge or duck nobody. I believe that Manny Pacquiao fought everybody that was put in front of him. Manny Pacquiao has a promoter. He's not his own boss. But Bob Arum doesn't cherry pick either. He doesn't cherry pick that, okay, Manny Pacquiao, fight this guy because you could easily beat him. No. Manny Pacquiao has some influence to who he's going to fight, a little bit, not much. Because I bet you, if it was maybe on Bob Arum and Freddie Roach, he shouldn't, hell, probably friends and family, he should have never fought Marquez the fourth time. They fought 3 times already. It's good TV and it's good money. It's good numbers, right? When these two fighters fight together, fight each other, but nobody wanted the fourth fight. But since it happened, Manny Pacquiao got knocked out. Now Manny Pacquiao wanted a chance to get it back, to redeem himself, but Marquez wouldn't afford him one. Marquez said, that's it. His country doesn't want him to fight anymore. That's what Manny Pacquiao should have done in the first place. But Manny Pacquiao, as we know, he's humble and kind. He gives. He'd rather give than receive. No offense to Marquez. He's a great boxer. I respect the guy. And he's kind too. He's nice. But regardless of what I say or what other people say, that's always going to stick in Manny Pacquiao's resume that he was knocked out by Marquez. They forget about the other fights. But if you're a true boxing fan, you would know what happens before the knockout. Manny Pacquiao may not have the killer instinct as he used to have prior to Marquez fight, but he's still a very, very good boxer. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people want him to retire already. Manny Pacquiao is not going to retire because we said so, or because people tells him to retire, or because of not even his family, not even his wife. Manny Pacquiao doesn't need the money. So does Mayweather. But Manny Pacquiao, on the other hand, he loves the sport. He has passion for the sport. He doesn't fight just because of money. And I emphasize, not just because of money. Hell, every boxer fights for the money. Every boxer wants to fight who they can make the most out of, which Mayweather and Pacquiao. Same thing they did. Same thing Algieri did. Try to, got the sweepstake, Manny Pacquiao sweepstake when he beat Provodnikov, which I believe Provodnikov won the fight. Yes, I might be wrong because Algieri actually did outscore Provodnikov, but Provodnikov is a way better fighter than Algieri. No question about that. But things happen in boxing. It's not every time the best fighter wins. People will argue that comes May 2nd, Mayweather is way better than Manny Pacquiao. Anything can happen in boxing. Mayweather is a defensive fighter. He will run. Contrary to popular belief, what he says, that he's going to be just Floyd Mayweather. If he ran against Maidana so many times and so other opponents just to get the W, he ran on Canelo Alvarez also, even though he schooled the guy, but he still ran. That's his MO. That's his style. It's never going to change. What make us think, or what make you guys think? Because I'm reading all these social medias and all these interviews and conferences and all this stuff. What makes people think that Floyd Mayweather Jr. will go toe-to-toe with Pacquiao? If anything, Pacquiao will risk it all. He wants to give the fans what they want to see. The fans wants action. The fans wants toe-to-toe. But Mayweather knows it doesn't matter how much fucking sit-ups he does every day. It doesn't matter how many miles he runs per day. How many sparring partners he gets. I mean, it doesn't matter how many rounds he goes sparring. It doesn't matter. As some people say, as a snake Judas on his side say, Alex Ariza, you never seen a guy train for 2-3 hours, only 2-3 breaks. Shouldn't be trusted in the first place. Alex Ariza is a snake, a traitor. Did you guys not know that the only really reason that Floyd Mayweather had said, nothing else, and this is, if you follow boxing, you would notice, the only really reason that Floyd Mayweather Jr. can come up with of why he hired Alex Ariza is because this is the stupidest fucking reason I've ever heard. He said this. When Alex Ariza was with Manny Pacquiao, he was knocking people out left and right. All of a sudden, he left them. Manny Pacquiao couldn't knock nobody out anymore. That is the most ridiculous reasoning of us ignorant I've ever heard. Manny Pacquiao hasn't had knockout in years, not because of Alex Ariza. Alex Ariza jumped from Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he coaches Cotto, he coaches Amir Khan, he coaches fucking... I mean, he went to Robert Garcia's corner. Brandon Rios got fucking beat up by Manny Pacquiao. And he was on the ring side. Miguel Cotto, no disrespect, I like Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto was trained by Freddie Roach the last 2 fights against Martinez and the other guy. I can't remember who the fuck he was. He didn't knock him out. He beat him up. But he didn't knock him out, solid knockout. It's not because of Alex Ariza. Alex Ariza had nothing to do with it. He's a fucking strength conditioning coach that tried to take on other people's job and pisses him off. Hell, he got already a controversial animosity against Mayweather Sr. So the reasoning of Floyd Mayweather Jr. does not fucking jive. That's the only reason he can come up with, because he hired Ariza because of Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao had knockouts when he was with him. So is he expecting a knockout this time? I mean, you guys gotta think about this. So Floyd Mayweather Jr. all of a sudden hires Alex Ariza to fight when he's fighting Manny Pacquiao because he wants to knock him out. That's what he's implying. That's what based on what he said. But then again, he'll say, I will be Floyd Mayweather Jr. I will be who I am. I'm not changing. This is just another fight for me. It doesn't jive. Deep down inside, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is afraid. That dude is afraid of a loss. That dude, he knows if there's any other time in his whole entire career that he has a high percentage of losing, that would be with Manny Pacquiao on May 2nd. He knows that Manny Pacquiao can outpower him. He has to double, triple his defense, his defensive style, and probably run more often, more than ever, when he fights Pacquiao. So Pacquiao can get a hold of him. Hell, it doesn't help neither to Pacquiao that the referee is Kenny Bayless. Pacquiao has given so many blood already. Not one freaking news, social media, nothing on the news talking about Mayweather had given blood yet. Hell, Manny Pacquiao right now is being somewhat disrespected in Las Vegas. Why? Well, MGM Grand is Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s baby. Manny Pacquiao feels somewhat disrespected because he doesn't feel welcome. That's why he's going to do his arrival at Mandalay Bay. When Pacquiao fought Bradley, you guys don't remember this? When Pacquiao fought Bradley, There was freaking Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s poster all over. That's disrespectful. They don't appreciate Pacquiao. Pacquiao is underdog. Pacquiao is underdog when it comes to MGM Grand. Regardless, they don't forget that Manny Pacquiao fought De La Hoya, Miguel Cotto, Bradley at MGM Grand and made them millions because Manny Pacquiao has a lot of fans. A lot of fans that willing to travel and stay at MGM Grand, purchase, stay, buy everything there. Manny Pacquiao brings money to America, contrary to popular belief that Floyd Mayweather Jr. says he makes the money and take the money somewhere else. No, Floyd. Manny Pacquiao has to also pay taxes. Without Manny Pacquiao, none of these fans would want to come. This many fans would want to come to Vegas. There's not one number that can match what you got. If Floyd Mayweather Jr. decides that he wanted to fight Amir Khan or whoever, Maidana again, or Keith one-time tournament in Vegas rather than Pacquiao, they wouldn't be creating the same number. And that's vice versa. Manny Pacquiao also. But it's unfair for Floyd Mayweather Jr. to say that Manny Pacquiao makes the money in America and takes the money somewhere else. No, he has to pay taxes here also. And we then forgot that all American citizens that are a fan of Pacquiao are buying the tickets also. If you guys don't know, Floyd Mayweather Jr. had an interview with Stephen A. Smith and had said he has changed. He has matured. Actually, it wasn't with, can't remember if it was with Stephen A. Smith, but it was an interview. He said he has matured. He doesn't talk shit a lot of shit anymore. He's done all his shit talking. Bullshit. Mayweather is never gonna change. He's 30-some fucking years old. He's 38. You don't just change at 38. That's how you are. That's all you're ever gonna be. He probably keeps his shit talking inside because the motherfucker is nervous deep down inside. He knows this could be the time. Comes May 2nd. There's a lot of bullshit coming from Floyd Mayweather Jr. and the fans of him are blind. I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan, but also I don't just say that he's the greatest, that he doesn't have no flaws. I don't talk shit to other people, especially on my channel, just because I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan. Based it on simple facts, hard evidence, right? One big question on Manny Pacquiao, and people tend to never gonna forget this, and people tend to bring it up all the time, is the drug test. The $25 million drug test that Mayweather is implying that is offered Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao didn't take it. He has no fucking evidence that Manny Pacquiao does take PED, performance enhancing drugs. Just because Manny Pacquiao didn't want to take the drug test, because he gets weakened every time they take blood off of him. He just now studied that because he really wanted to fight Mayweather. And you know what? Guess what? That still not make him comfortable. It still doesn't make him comfortable. There's just certain things that people are not accustomed to or comfortable with. Have Mayweather fight in China. Have Mayweather fight in a glove selected by Pacquiao. Let me see what happens. Come on, man. Gotta be fair. But it isn't fair. Yes, I get it. Mayweather's on the A side. Got it. But regardless of what happens comes May 2nd, Pacquiao is going to lose. Why do I say that? Let me explain. For somewhat reason, if Manny Pacquiao wins on the 2nd, there's going to be fucking controversy. Guarantee. A bitch session from Mayweather. And if it's close, guess what? The W is going to go to Mayweather. count on that. They're fighting in Vegas. The judges and the referee is selected by Nevada Athletic Commission. There's nothing in that equation that says for Pacquiao. Nothing. Not even the fucking hotel that they're gonna be fighting in and doing press con in and interviews and arrival says for Pacquiao. None. None. Pacquiao is coming to what they call a blind date. He doesn't know what the fuck he's gonna get. There's only one thing that Manny Pacquiao can really, really do without any help from any fucking body, which is to knock fucking Mayweather out. But on this other side, Mayweather has all the goods, has all the help from judges to referee to comfortable place, comfortable location, to a very supportive stadium, arena. His fans are all over Las Vegas. On the other hand, Manny Pacquiao has very few. They actually have to fly there. And guess what? Before those fans get to Vegas, Mayweather's fans already bought everything. The tickets and the hotel rooms. You guys gotta think about this. It's funny because it seems like there's a lot of bitch session on YouTube. A lot of analysis and reactions and thoughts. These are what I see. My YouTube channel might not be the best. My YouTube channel is probably not even close to some of the YouTube channels that does analysis. Okay? But this is actually the first video and the first time that I actually had think and said, you know what? For my very, very few subscribers and viewers, maybe I gotta at least make a difference in their minds and actually made them think about the Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight. Guys, like I said, I'm no analyst. I'm no boxing professor. I'm just a fan, just like you. But I see things that sometimes I can't explain. And I hope I make a difference in some of you. But if you're a fan of boxing, then you would understand me. Manny Pacquiao is in a lose-lose situation. No win. Only if he knocks out Mayweather, which is a clean one. Hell, even that the judges probably still give it to Mayweather. It happened before. It can still happen now. If Mayweather wins, there's no rematch. Manny Pacquiao don't get a chance. Pacquiao wins, it's a mandatory rematch in September. Tell me, where does Pacquiao win? Pacquiao is just a philanthropist, kind-hearted gentleman, humble, that just loved the sport. On the other hand, Mayweather already said he's already tired of the sport. He's in it for the money. It's a business to him now. He's no longer having fun. He's actually talking about retirement. But he has 2 more contracts with Showtime. Manny Pacquiao 1, Manny Pacquiao 2, or Manny Pacquiao 1 and another opponent. I'm glad that you guys listened to me and I appreciate it. I wish I made some sense. I'm sure it wasn't the best YouTube video analysis you guys ever seen. Especially to the Mayweather fans. Mayweather is a great boxer, don't get me wrong. He's got a great defense. But he's nowhere near close to TBE, the best ever. And every time he tries to get on other people, every chance that he can get on other people, he will. And he has no problem. The only problem also with Mayweather and his crew, if they can cheat, they will. They have lied to the front. Mayweather continuously lie about what he's done last year in front of the committee, the Nevada Athletic Committee, Nevada Athletic Commission. nothing ever happened to him. And it's never ever gonna happen to him. Hell, Mayweather can freaking shoot somebody right now in Vegas, probably won't go to jail. I'm overreacting. Got it. But you get my drift. So people, before as we get closer to the May 2nd fight, please enjoy the ride. That's all I gotta say. Enjoy it. I will. We'll talk about it. I will make videos every day until the fight. Make a, talk about the news that comes on, what's going on between two camps. But other than that, I just wanted to let you guys know that Manny Pacquiao loves the sport. He's doing it for the fans. And he is in no win-win situation. He's in a lose-lose situation. It's very tough. Very, very tough. Not to mention he's coming to another country. But it is what it is. Everybody wants to see the fight. But we gotta care about our boxers too. We gotta care about who we're rooting for. Not just because we want to see the fight. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to me. Please subscribe if you can. If you can't, I understand. I'll make videos, like I said, every day till the fight. 12 Rounds TV. Take care. Stay safe. Peace.